Okay, so I'm not sure if I'll have time to do all the problems for you, but I'll try my best. Let's start with this problem right here. So we're trying to solve this equation, and it looks like you started off very good here. When you plus 3 both sides, we get rid of this minus 3 here, right? So notice we still have 5 times 16 to the 2 minus 1.8x. That's going to equal, here you are going to get 90.3, not 90 times 3, right? Because 87 plus 3 is 90, so 90.3. Now, next thing you're going to want to do is divide both sides by 5. That gets rid of this times 5. And now you're finally got your power by itself. And then, of course, with the calculator, you're going to want to do 90.3 divided by 5. Now, 90.3 divided by 5 is 18.06. I just used my calculator, okay? So now what? Well, somehow we got to get rid of this base 16 power here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the log base 16 on both sides. Okay? Now the log base 16 gets rid of the 16, and all I'm left with now is 2 minus 1.8x equal to this. Now that you're going to use change of base, right? You're going to do the log of 18.06 divided by the log of 16. So 2 minus 1.8x is going to equal, and I had to do this on my calculator. Sorry, I don't have my regular calculator. I'm actually using my phone. But we end up getting 1.04368. Now, to solve this here, we're going to minus 2 both sides. Okay, so negative 1.8x is going to equal whatever this is. So when I took 1.04368 minus 2, I got negative 0.9563. And finally, I can divide by negative 1.8. Now, all I ask you do is just verify my actual calculator works. I'm using my damn phone right now, so keep that in mind. So what I got is x is going to be positive 0.5313. Okay, so now what we can do though is we could plug it in just to check to make sure it works. Okay, and so that's actually what I'm going to do here. I'm going to do 5 times 16 to the 2 minus 1.8 times, my x is going to be 0.5313. I'm going to minus 3, and what I should get is something very close to 87.3. Question mark right now. So that's what I'm going to test out on my calculator. Now, I'm assuming you're allowed to use a calculator on this exam and do your corrections with, right? So hopefully that's the case. So let's see what I get. Okay, so as you can see, I took 0.53 times 1.8, so I did this right here. Then I took 2 minus that product. Then I did 16 to that power. And then I times by 5. And then finally, I don't know why it didn't show up, I minus 3. And notice how that's very close to 87.3. So I'm pretty sure using the calculator, I did a decent, or my phone for a calculator, I did a decent job. Looks like it worked out fine. So the lesson to be learned here is basically number one here, you got to get this power by itself, the 16 power. We started out by adding 3, then we divided by 5 here, right? Finally, once we got the 16 power by itself, we did a 16 power or log base 16 on it. Over here, we of course use change of base, because that's how we can do log 18.06 log base 16, that is, of that. Okay, so hopefully everything here makes sense. If not, come see me tomorrow morning. Okay, you could come into any one of my classes, first, second period, whatever. Okay, the door is always open for you. And yeah, it worked out. So not only hopefully you learn how to solve these log or power functions, exponential functions better, but remember, once you get the answer, if you're allowed to use a calculator, you should check your work by plugging the answer back in, as I was showing you here. So anyways, hopefully this first video helps you out. I'm going to see what else I can do before I go to bed tonight. So, all right, take care.